Do you work in a job that relates to the sale of goods and services? Do you understand the rules of contract law? Whether you're buying or selling goods or services, it is useful to understand the basic principles of the contract law so that you know what your rights are. Let's take a look at an example.
This is little Billy. He's on a mission to buy his mother a birthday present. While out shopping, he spies a for sale sign in a shop window for a shiny red sports car. He remembers that his mother mentioned to his father over dinner the other night that she'd really like a new car. Little Billy thinks this would make the perfect gift for my mother. What's more, it even comes with a picture of a horse on it. His mother loves horses, so he decides to buy it. He calls the number on the advert, and the owner of the car advises little Billy that the car is still for sale and could be his for a special price of just £200,000 if he buys it today. Little Billy thinks about the property buying board game he played last week and thinks to himself that this is an excellent price. But how will he pay for this? Oh, that's right, he has that credit card his parents gave him in case of emergencies. Well, his mother really would love that car. Deciding this is the right thing to do, little Billy asks if he can pay by credit card. The owner of the car says he'll email little Billy with the full details of the car and that he can pick up the keys the next day if he pays by credit card right now. All he has to do is sign the paperwork and the car is his. Little Billy can't think of a reason to wait and happily agrees.
Let's stop here and take a look at some aspects of contract law involved in little Billy's purchase. The owner of the shiny red sports car has initially prepared an invitation to treat. In other words, has advertised the vehicle, as a price, delivery date, terms of payment and a detailed description of the product have not yet been disclosed. This advertisement then becomes an offer when the minimum requirement of the disclosure of these 4 terms has been fulfilled. In order to make the offer, the owner has to have the intention that the agreement or contract will be legally binding once it has been accepted by the person or persons to whom it has been addressed. In little Billy's case, the offer was made expressly, in other words, verbally, and the owner of the shiny red sports car was then prepared to put the offer into writing. Little Billy is in the process of accepting the offer by agreeing to all of the terms set out by the car owner. His action or conduct of paying for the car by credit card may be one way of acceptance. Another way of accepting this offer may be sending an email of acceptance or by sending a letter. The next step in little Billy's purchase will be to pay the current owner of the car. This is known as consideration for the owner's promise to sell and deliver the car for little Billy's promise to pay. Consideration, or in this case the payment, means that there is something of value which is given for the owner's promise to sell and deliver. This is what is required to make the owner's promise to sell the car enforceable as a contract. The form that this contract between little Billy and the car owner has taken is initially informal. The offer and agreement have been made verbally. Take care. An informal exchange of promises, or contract, can still be as binding and valid as a written contract. In little Billy's case, he and the car owner are prepared to go on to then sign a written contract. However, does this make the contract, and therefore the purchase, legal? Let's take a look. To test the legality of this contract, let's examine the facts of the purchase. The offer made by the car owner was not misrepresented, as no false statement or description was given of the car, so little Billy knew what he was buying. However, the owner of the car may not have known that little Billy was not actually supposed to be spending quite this much money on a birthday present, and in fact could not really enter into the contract by himself. You see, little Billy does not actually have the capacity to enter into this contract as he is a minor, that is, under the age of 18. In the eyes of the law, he is not perceived to have the real capacity to make the decision to enter into a contract. Therefore, he will not be legally bound by his promise to buy the car, and his parents will be happy to know that he can rescind the contract.
On her birthday, Billy's mother is thrilled with little Billy's birthday present, a little toy car and a homemade birthday cake.